Assalamu alaikum, friends. I hope that you would be fine by the grace of Allah. Friends, today my class is about had to plus verb first form. Friends, nanzabunga class say that what's had to plus verb first form. Today we will learn, today and next 20 minutes or 10 minutes, we will learn that what's the definition of had to plus verb, use of had to plus verb, and this is the which form had to plus verb and the examples. Friends, نن موږ دا وایو چې head to موږ سره definition څه شی دی، د دې موږ سره کوم structure دی څه شی دی، او دې موږ سره use څه شی دی. How to use it? Head to as the definition is that this is the first definition that head to as the past form of have to or has to. Head to as the past form of have to or has to. The head to چې دی که نه هغه موږ سره د څه past form دی، د موږ سره have to یا د has to دا موږ سره د دې past form موږ سره head to دی. It means that this head to is the past form of have to or has to. د دې meaning دا شو چې موږ سره د head to چې دی که نه دا موږ سره past form دی. د کوم ور past form دی؟ د دې have to او د has to موږ سره دا موږ سره past form دی. And the definition of it is that head to plus verb first form is used to talk about past obligation. What's the definition of head to plus verb? This is the definition that head to plus verb is used to talk about past obligation. موږ سره د head to plus verb first form موږ سره definition دی چې head to plus verb موږ سره وایي استعمالو head to plus verb first form. Whenever we use head to plus verb first form چې کله موږ سره head to plus verb first form استعمال کړو دا موږ سره شو کوي موږ سره past obligation می د responsibility شو کوي موږ past responsibility موږ سره شو کوي. Head to plus verb first form is used to talk about past obligation. That means that whenever we use head to plus verb first form, it is used to talk about the past obligation. دا موږ سره چې past کوم responsibility کوم obligations دي هغه موږ سره دا شو کوي. هغې باره کې موږ سره خبره کوي head to plus verb first form. What is the structure? The structure is structure of head to. The structure is that first all subject plus head to plus verb first form plus rest of the sentence mean object. This is a definition that first we having the subject. We can say subject and all subject mean all subjects. First we having the subject plus head to plus verb first form plus rest of the sentence. دا موږ سره د head to structure دی چې پیله موږ سره subject plus موږ سره head to plus verb first form plus rest of the sentence. So this is a structure that means that at the beginning of a sentence whenever we want to use head to plus verb first form, so first we should be having the subject to use head to plus verb first form plus head to plus verb first form. Remember what would be the verb would be which form? First form would be the verb and plus rest of the sentence mean object. For example, let me give example then you will better understand. The example is that Ali had exam. Ali had exam. He had to study. Ali had exam. He had to study. So here this is the subject. He is a subject plus had to plus verb first form and plus we are having some sentences have having subject not having object. So this is the subject plus had to plus verb first form and etc. So this example is according to a structure that first we having the subject plus had to plus verb first form and plus rest of the sentence mean the object. So this example means that Ali had exam. He had to study mean that this is has responsibility mean that this is has responsibility This is has responsibility to study. This is has responsibility to study. Mean that this person, mean Ali. This is Ali's responsibility to study because he had an exam. So it shows. This shows that this is a responsibility or obligation, but and the past. Mean Ali had an exam. So here it is a past form, and he had to study. Mean that this was his responsibility. This was his responsibility to study. Sorry, I have written wrong spelling. So this was his responsibility to study. Mean that the responsibility was जिम्मेदारी हो चाहे study हो किसका चाहे exam हो Ali had an exam that Ali चे exam हो नगा तब बकार हो responsibility हो चाहे study करी हो. So here this had to is used to show responsibility or obligation, past obligations. Responsibility we can say, and obligation too. Let me give an example, then you will better understand. The second example is that there was no one at home. There was no one at home. He had to stay at home. There was no one at home. He had to study at home. It means that, so according to our structure, this is the subject plus had to, subject plus had to plus verb first form and plus rest of the sentence mean object. Then a subject, so he is a subject. This is the subject plus had to plus verb first form and plus object. So the same structure is this is the subject plus had to plus verb first form plus rest of the sentence being the object. So it means that there was no one at home. He had to study, so he had to stay at home. So it means that this was his responsibility to stay at home because there was no one at home. The meaning that should you say that the responsibility to have a court still is a no. So here it means that there was no one at home and this was his responsibility to stay at home. It means that this was his responsibility to stay at home. This was his responsibility to stay at home. Who? This person, because there was no one at home. Mean that pakor ki sukno nadar apakaru chida pakor ki stay kare hoye. So this had to is used to talk about the past obligation or past responsibility. So this is his responsibility to stay at home because there was no one at home. So the example bung sada meaning show chi pakor ki sukno nagat apakaru chaga pakor ki stay kare hoye. So this was our topic. Let me explain it. Had to plus verb first form. Had to as the past form of have to and has to. Had to chile agamusa the past form the sishi past form the has to or have to. Damusa the past form the have to or has to. And had to plus verb first form is used to talk about past obligation. Means that had to plus verb first chaga damungo isko damungo sopa isko damusa past obligation jo past responsibility musa shokai. And the structure of had to, first we having subject plus had to plus verb first form plus rest of the sentence. Mean that फिर हम subject ही हम had to ही हम verb first form plus rest of the sentence. And these are the examples that I have given you. That Ali had exam, he had to study. Mean that Ali exam or नहाता बकार चाहो study होगी. So here it means that this was his responsibility to study. Mean because he had an exam. That this जिम्मेदारी हुआ चाहो study करे उसे कच्छ दाखो exam. The next example is that there was no one at home. He had to stay at home. So it means that this was his responsibility to stay at home because there was no one at home. So the example meaning that show chalta pakur ki sukno ndat apakaru shida pakur ki stay karo. And according to a structure, this is subject plus had to plus verb first form and plus object. So this was our topic. Hope this would be helpful for you people. Thank you so much.